Okay, friend, let's start with today's discussion. The first news of April 27, 2022 is more COVID jabs for children get nod. Okay, get nod. Okay, so more COVID jabs for children get nod means get approval from the government. More COVID jabs for children. Amid an uptick of fresh COVID-19 cases in the country, the Drugs Controller General of India DCGI on Tuesday approved the emergency use authorization for two anti-coronavirus vaccines in children between 5 and 12. So the authority, Drugs Controller General of India, gives approval for use of two anti-coronavirus vaccine for children between 5 and 12 years of age. So who have the authority to approve vaccine? Drugs Controller General of India. Okay, so what are the two vaccines? Biological is Corbevax, has been approved for administration in children between the ages of 5 and 12, and Bharat Biotech's Covaxin has been approved for restricted use in emergency situation in the 6 to 12 age group. So Corbevax manufactured by Biological is and Covaxin manufactured by Bharat Biotech are the two vaccine which can be used, okay, for children of age 5 to 12 and 6 to 12 respectively. Currently, Bharat Biotech's inactive whole virion vaccine is being administered in children age 15 to 18, and Biological is protein subunit vaccine in children 12 to 15 under a national COVID-19 immunization program. So, under national COVID-19 immunization program, already Covaxin is used for COVID-19 as a COVID-19 vaccine for the children of 15 to 18 years age, and the Corbevax vaccine for children of 12 to 15 years of age. So all the vaccine are currently of above 12 years of age. Now 5 to 12 and 6 to 12 years of age for the children, Corbevax and Covaxin vaccine can also be used. Now, Drug Controller General of India, the authority who can approve the vaccine, is the head of Department of Central Drug Standard Control Organization of the Government of India, responsible for approval of license of specified categories of drugs such as blood and blood product, for fluids, vaccines and sera in India. Drug Controller General of India comes under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Drug Controller General of India also sets standard for manufacturing, sales, import and distribution of drugs in India. Okay, so this is the news. Now related, we should know about the COVID-19 vaccination. Now India began COVID-19 vaccination from 16 January 2021. As of the data given by government, as of 3rd April, India has administered over 1.8 billion doses, okay, including first, second precautionary doses. Currently approved vaccine, 91%, already 91% of eligible population, means age more than 12 years has received at least one shot, and 77% of age eligible population, age more than 12 plus, is fully vaccinated. So 91% received at least one shot and 77% received both shot of more than 12 years of age. India initially approved Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine and Covaxin. Initially, Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine means the Covishield and Covaxin. They have since been joined by Sputnik V, Moderna vaccine, Johnson & Johnson vaccine and Zycov D, and other vaccine candidates undergoing local clinical trial. Recently, India approved Corbevax and Covaxin for emergency use in 6 to 12 years of age. Now, here is a table The name of vaccine, Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. Brand name in India is Covishield and Vaxzevria. Covishield is the actual brand name and Vaxzevria is the brand name in other country. Type of vaccine, it is a viral vector vaccine for prevention of COVID-19. Manufacturing company is developed in the United Kingdom by Oxford University and British-Swedish company AstraZeneca. And manufacture company in India is manufactured under license by Siram Institute of India under the trade name of Covishield. Then Covaxin, brand name is also Covaxin. Type of is inactive virus based on COVID-19 vaccine. And manufacture is solely in India. Developed by Bharat Biotech in collaboration with Indian Council of Medical Research, National Institute of Virology. This total PDF file I have already given in description. Please click the link and download the PDF file. Then ZyCoV-D is also known as ZyCoV-D. It is a DNA plasmid based COVID-19 vaccine. So all the vaccine has different type. Okay, so this is DNA plasmid based on COVID-19 vaccine. It is also developed in India, developed by Indian pharmaceutical company Cadila Healthcare with support from the Biotechnology Industry Research Assistant Council. Then comes Sputnik V or Gam COVID Vac. Okay, also branded also as Sputnik V. It is a adenovirus viral vector vaccine for COVID-19 developed by the Gamaleya Research Institute of Epidemiology and Microbiology in Russia and in India manufactured under license by Dr. Reddy's laboratory with additional production from Siram Institute of India being started in September 2020. Okay, so who manufactures Sputnik V in India? Dr. Reddy's laboratory, and later Siram Institute of Technology also start manufacturing. Now where the name Sputnik V comes, Sputnik 1 was the first artificial Earth satellite. It was launched into an elliptical low Earth orbit by the Soviet Union on 4th October 1957 as part of Soviet space program. Okay, so this Sputnik V is the first satellite, and from this the vaccine name was given as Sputnik V. And as the Sputnik V was the first artificial satellite, Sputnik V was also the world first registered combination vector vaccine for the prevention of COVID-19. So first registered vaccine also is Sputnik V. Then Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, brand name is Spikevax. It is a mRNA COVID-19 vaccine. Okay, developed by American company Moderna, the United States National Institute of Allergy and Infection Disease and the Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority. Then come Janssen COVID-19 vaccine, or popularly known as Johnson & Johnson. It is a viral vector vaccine for prevention of COVID-19 developed by Janssen Vaccine in Leiden, Netherlands, and its Belgium parent company Janssen Pharmaceuticals, a subsidiary American company Johnson & Johnson. Then finally come Corbevax. Corbevax is also known in India as a Corbevax. It is a protein subunit COVID-19 vaccine developed by Texas Children's Hospital Center, Texas means United States. Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development and Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas, and Dynavax Technologies based in Amir Valley, California. And in India, manufactured under license by Indian pharmaceutical firm Biological E Limited for development and production. Okay. Also, the Biological E Limited also known as Biological E, Next, we should know about the institution. Siram Institute of India is an Indian biotechnology and biopharmaceuticals company based in Pune. It is the world's largest manufacturer of vaccine. It was founded by Cyrus Poonawalla in 1966, headquartered in Pune, Maharashtra. Then Bharat Biotech International Limited, it is an international company, is an Indian multinational biotechnology company headquartered in the city of Hyderabad, India, engaged in the drug discovery, drug development, manufacture of vaccine, biotherapeutics, pharmaceuticals and healthcare products, headquartered at Genome Valley, Hyderabad. Then Dr. Reddy's Laboratory is an Indian multinational pharmaceutical company located also in Hyderabad, Telangana, India. And lastly is Biological E Limited, who produce the Corbevac vaccine, also known as BioE, is an Indian biotechnology and biopharmaceutical company based in also in Hyderabad, Telangana. So Hyderabad is a medical hub. It specializes in the areas of low cost vaccine production. Hyderabad is a vaccine production hub. Okay, so the Bharat Biotech, the Dr. Reddy's Laboratory and the Biological E, all the headquarters located in Hyderabad. Only Siram Institute is located in Pune. So this is the related news of COVID-19. Next topic is look beyond Ukraine crisis, Jai Shankar. Okay, so Jai Shankar is our Ministry of External Affairs. Okay. So addressing the annual Raisina dialogue here means in India, in New Delhi, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said the citizens of world are getting affected by events such as the pandemic and violence, and reminded the Western guest that there are other challenges in the Indo-Pacific region and that they should look beyond the crisis in Ukraine. So there is an annual dialogue ceremony called as annual Raisina dialogue. Annual Raisina dialogue is a annual conference. It's an annual conference held each year in New Delhi, and it start from the year 2016. Okay, and each year it is being organized, and the fundamental of this dialogue is various leaders from global, okay, the head of countries, the head of European unions, the commissioner of countries, the important intellectual delegate persons, VIPs, professors, economists, environmentalists, then businessman, industrialist, okay, also the prime minister of other state, our in Indian ministers like foreign minister, health minister, all are participated in this dialogue ceremony and give their valuable speech on the recent important matter. Okay, so this is annual Raisina dialogue. This is known as annual Raisina dialogue. Okay, now in this dialogue, the Western guest means the guest come from Western countries. Western countries means the United States, the Europe countries are considered as the Western countries. So our external affairs minister Jaishankar told the Western guest, means the guest from the Europe or USA, that we should look also in the Indo-Pacific region, okay, beyond the crisis of Ukraine. Okay, so this is also important, the Indo-Pacific region, challenges in the Indo-Pacific region. Okay, now we first know what is annual Raisina dialogue, then the Indo-Pacific region, what is the actually challenge in the Indo-Pacific region, we will also look it. Then Raisina dialogue. Okay, this is the inauguration ceremony of Raisina dialogue by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the chief guest is from the Europe. Chief guest is the Commission, the chairperson of European Union Commission. Okay, now the Raisina dialogue is a multilateral conference held annually in New Delhi since its inception in 2016. The conference has emerged as India's flagship conference on geopolitics and geoeconomics. So it's a flagship conference on geopolitics and geoeconomics. What is geopolitics? Geopolitics is, what is politics? Politics is a process to run a nation or to run a government, and geopolitics is geography. Geography is not a physical geography, it's a economic geography. Economic geography means what is the growth of the nation, what is the GDP of the nation, what is the development of the nation. Okay, what is the export, what is the import, what is the foreign reserve currency, all related to the economic geography. And to run the economic geography is known as geopolitics, okay, and geoeconomics. So it's a flagship conference on geopolitics and geoeconomics also. And who organized the conference? Observer Research Foundation, an independent think tank, collaboration with Ministry of External Affairs of India. And that's why Ministry of External Affairs also present in that event. The conference is structured as a multi-stakeholder cross-sectoral discussion involving variety global policymaker, head of state, cabinet minister, local government officials. In addition, the dialogue also welcome major private sector executive as well as member of media and academia. It is designed on the lines of Singapore's Shangri-La dialogue. So it is similar to Singapore's Shangri-La dialogue. Okay. Now, when the dialogue, when this conference start, it start from 25th April and continue for 3 days. Who is the chief guest? Chief guest of Raisina dialogue in this year is the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. She is the President of European Union Commission. Okay. So if you go to the website, this is the website of Observer Research Foundation, and this is the themes, okay, theme video. Now, this is the theme of this year of Raisina dialogue. The themes are rethinking democracy, end of multilateralism, water caucuses, communities, achieving green transition, okay, and then Samson versus Goliath, a tech war. So these are the theme of this year Raisina dialogue, and the inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi with chief guest Ursula von der Leyen, President of European Commission, and they are the speaker, important speaker, for former Deputy Secretary United States, then former Prime Minister of Sweden, former Prime Minister Canada, Africa co-chair African Union, okay, African Vaccine Delivery Alliance, then Director Indo-Pacific Security Program. So all important personalities will present. All important personalities will present in the meeting. Okay, all the important personalities will present in the meeting and give their valuable speech. Okay, now if we go to the agenda, so day 1, day 2, day 3, 3 days agenda. You can download the agenda from the from this website. Okay, we will move to the next important topic is in Indo-Pacific Strategy. What is Indo-Pacific Strategy and what strategy is taken by United States in the Indo-Pacific region? So our topic is United States Indo-Pacific Strategy. Indo means the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean strategy. Okay, so basically the strategy is against the aggression of China in the Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean region, to stop the aggression of China in the Indian and Pacific Ocean. This is the graph you can see here. This is China's One Belt One Road initiative. China through Moscow and from Taiwan, Vietnam, Malaysia, also from Bangladesh, Kenya, Arab, Greece, Italy and Netherlands. So this is the roadmap of the cover area. Actually this is the cover area of China One Belt One Road initiative, but it is not passed through India. So India is not part of China's One Belt One Road initiative. And this is Indian Ocean and this is Pacific Ocean, and this is United States in the Indo-Pacific strategy. So US, then here is Japan, then Korea, then India, and here is Australia. These 4 and 5 country combines form a strategy on the Indo-Pacific region, okay, to counter the aggression of China in this region. So to counter the China's aggression, US has taken some strategy. The most important strategy is Quad, Major Treaty Alliance of United States, that is Quad. Now what is Quad? That is Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Quadrilateral means 4. So a security dialogue between 4 countries. What are the 4 countries? That is Japan, India, USA and Australia. Japan, India, USA and Australia. These 4 countries founded the treaty called as Quad. So 4 countries are a member of the Quad countries. The Quadrilateral Security Dialogue or Quad is a strategic security dialogue between Australia, India, Japan and United States that is maintained by talk between members. Okay, the dialogue was initiated in 2007. The dialogue was paralleled by joint military exercise titled Exercise Malabar. This is the most important point. So the ministers, the prime ministers or the external affairs minister of these 4 countries sit together and discuss about their upcoming strategies, as well as they also do joint military exercise in the Indian and Pacific Ocean, okay, which is known as Exercise Malabar. So this is important. Their main motto is to conduct a joint military exercise in the Indo-Pacific region, and the name is Exercise Malabar. The diplomatic and military arrangement was widely viewed as a response to increased Chinese economic and military power, and the China government responded to the quadrilateral dialogue by issuing formal diplomatic protest to its member, calling it Asian NATO. So China criticizes and calling it as a Asian NATO. So we know NATO. NATO is a group of countries starting from United States and mostly from the European countries form the NATO. And Asian NATO is according to China, this is Asian NATO, means the United States, Australia, India, Japan. The combination is criticized by the China. Okay. Now this year Quad 2022 was held virtually in Melbourne, Australia in February 2022. Now what is Exercise Malabar? What is Exercise Malabar? It is a joint naval exercise of this 4, mainly of this 4 countries. There may be another country may participate, but this 4 country will take part in the Exercise Malabar. Okay, so joint naval exercise. Naval means the spaceship carrier. Yeah, spaceship carrier naval, big naval. Okay, the Indian Navy ships. Now, what about the Exercise Malabar? It is also called Milan naval exercise by Indian Navy. So Indian Navy called is Milan. Okay, it is naval exercise involving the United States, Japan and India as permanent partner. The annual Malabar exercise include diverse activities ranging from fighter combat operation from aircraft carrier through maritime interdiction operations, anti-submarine warfare, diving salvage operation, amphibious operation, counter-piracy operation, cross-deck helicopter landing and anti-air warfare operation. These all kind of operation will take place in the Exercise Malabar, where India, Japan and United States are permanent member. They take participate in each year, and Australia is not a permanent member, it is temporary member in the Exercise Malabar program, and Australia is taking part not regularly, alternatively Australia taking part. Now what actually they did, maritime interdiction operation, anti-submarine warfare. Okay, then diving salvage operation. What is diving salvage means? Operation means to repair any warship or to repair any navy ship which already sank or which is very ruined condition. and sank or floating on the sea. So total repairing of that ship is which is already sank or floating on the partially sank in the sea is called diving salvage operation. It is also conducted during the Milan exercise. Then amphibious operation. What is amphibious? Like frog is a amphibian. Amphibious means operation in land as well as in sea, means in water also. Okay, so navy ship are eligible in land as well as in water operation, because navy ship carries military equipments, military force, army force, as well as aircraft carriers also. Now, counter piracy operation. Piracy means looting, attacking any ship. So to counter it, that is counter piracy operation. Okay, then cross deck helicopter landing and anti air warfare operation. This kind of operation they are practicing, okay, in the Milan naval exercise. Over the years, the exercise has been conducted in the Philippine Sea. So Philippine Sea, the exercise has been conducted off the coast of Japan. Okay, where the exercise has been conducted: Philippine Sea, coast of Japan, Persian Gulf, Bay of Bengal, and Arabian Sea. So these are the region. These are the region. This is the Philippine Sea. This is Philippine Sea. Okay. Then this is Persian Gulf near Africa. Then the Japan's coast. Here the Japan coast. And the Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal. So total this part. So this part of Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean is covered by the Milan exercise or exercise Malabar. Okay, this part. The exercise started in 1992 along the Malabar coast. First it was organized in Malabar coast as a bilateral exercise between India and US. It was expanded in 2007 with the participation of Japan, Singapore and Australia. Japan became a permanent partner in 2015. Australia participated in exercise again in 2020, making the second time that the Quad will jointly participate in military exercise. So first it organized in Malabar coast. Where is Malabar coast? Here it is Malabar coast. The Kerala and the Karnataka coast is known as Malabar coast, and above it is known as Konkan coast. Okay, the Gujarat, the Maharashtra, the Goa coast is called as Konkan coast, and here the Odisha coast is known as Utkal coast. The Andhra Pradesh coast is known as Andhra coast, and the Tamil Nadu coast is known as Coromandel coast. Okay, so this is the way. Now Milan, it is the theme of Milan. It is the logo. This time in 2022, this year, it is the 11th edition of Milan was held from 25th February to 4th March 2020 in Visakhapatnam. It was the largest edition of exercise and was the first time it was held in Visakhapatnam. First time it was held in Visakhapatnam under the Eastern Naval Command. All previous year it was held in Andaman Nicobar Island by the Andaman Nicobar Command. And the theme of this year is camaraderie, cohesion, collaboration. Camaraderie means trusty, mutual trust and friendship. Cohesion means bonding, and collaboration means helping each other. The Indian Navy had invited 46 nations. Indian Navy invited 46 nations, including the Quad nation. Now from 46 nations, 42 countries confirmed their participation. 13 nations sent warship to attend the Milan 2020 exercise. 39 nations were sent representative only. Total 26 ships has been participated, in which 13 from foreign and 13 from Indian Navy. Then 21 aircraft and 1 submarine participated in the exercise. So this is all the related of the Quad member participating in the Indo-Pacific region naval exercise called as exercise Malabar, and also called as Milan by Indian Navy. So this is the related news. Next news is this draft of new IT law likely to be out in May. So draft of new IT means information technology law likely to be out in May. In the first step towards overhauling of the 2-decade-old IT Act, overhauling means replaced. So government want replacement of this 2-decade-old IT Act with a fresh new IT Act. The government will put up the draft of proposal legislative framework for public consultation as early as next month. So government want to replace the 2 decade means 20-year-old IT Act and replace it with a new IT Act. So government want proposal advice. Okay, government want advice from public. So put up a draft of the proposed legislative framework for public consultation. So government want advice from public, so the government will release the decision to the public for their consultation as early as next month. Minister of State for IT Rajiv Chandrasekhar told the Hindu the concept note and what we propose will be out as early as May, he said. So, what is Information Technology Act 2000? Act 2000 means the act was published on 2000, so it is already a 2-decade-old act. The Information Technology Act 2000, also known as IT 2000, is an act of Indian Parliament notified on 17th October 2000. So it is an act of Parliament. Means the bill was first proposed and duly passed with 2/3 majority from both house and finally gained the president assent. It is the primary law in India dealing with cybercrime and electronic commerce. The bill was passed in the budget session 2000 and signed by President K.R. Narayanan. Okay, and the finalized by the Minister of Information Technology Pramod Mahajan. So now, what is the punishment as per the Act, Information Technology Act? Up to 3 years or fine up to 3 lakh. For which offense? Tampering with computer source document, hacking with computer system, receiving stolen computer or communication device, using password of another person, cheating using computer source, publishing private images of other, act of cyber terrorism. Okay, so cyber terrorism means invasion of terrorist in any country. So cyber terrorism, invasion of terrorist in the cyber security system. Now publishing information. Next is publishing information which is obscene in electronic form, publishing images containing sexual acts, securing access or attempting to secure access to a protected system, breach of confidentiality and privacy, publishing in electronic signature certified false in certain particulars. So these are the offense comes under this act, for which the punishment is up to 3 years or fine up to rupees 3 lakh. Okay, so why government of India want to replace this act 20 World Act with new with fresh new act? Means government want to amend the act because it is related to the security of women as well as children. Suppose publishing private images, okay, publishing images containing sexual act, it is generally related to women as well as the children. So to give more security to women and children, Government of India further tighten the act. So he needs proposal, he needs consultation, he needs advice from public. So the proposal Government of India release in the public forum to gain the advice. Okay, so from next month the government will start gaining advice from public. So this is the reason. Now there is also a regulation added by the government in the act, that is secondary or subordinate legislation to the IT Act includes the Information Technology Intermediary Guideline and Digital Media Ethics Code Rule 2021. So a Rule 2021 added in the act. And who added the act? Secondary or subordinate legislation. Secondary subordinate means there is two legislation, one is primary, one is secondary. Primary legislation means the parliament, means the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and president, and secondary legislation means the president, vice president, prime minister and the council of minister. And the total secondary legislation is acting on the instruction of Council of Minister headed by Prime Minister. So primary legislation is Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President, and secondary is all President, Vice President, Prime Minister and the Council of Minister only. So who have the more power? Primary legislation or secondary legislation? It obviously the secondary legislation, because it contains the authority, Prime Minister and his Council of Minister, who run the government and who gives advice to President. Okay, means the cabinet, simply the cabinet. So the secondary subordinate legislation means the cabinet. Okay, add the rule, and which rule? One is Information Technology Act 2000. Act the rule. Are a combination of draft intermediary rule 2018, a draft intermediary rule 2018 was added, and the most popular, that OTT rule in 2021 was added in the Information Technology Act 2000. What is the full form of OTT? Over the top, means service delivered over the top of another platform, regulation and code of ethics for digital media. So these rules were added in 2021 in this act. Next is Delhi Punjab Inc. Deal to Learn and Share. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his Punjab counterpart Bhagwan Mann on Tuesday signed a knowledge sharing agreement aimed at enabling each entity to cooperate for public welfare. So what is the actual news is, Inc. means highlighted deal to learn and share. So this is the inauguration of knowledge sharing agreement between the government of Delhi and the government of Punjab. So Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his Punjab counterpart Bhagwan Mann on Tuesday signed a knowledge sharing agreement (KSA) between their government aimed at enabling each entity to cooperate public welfare. Means that the KSA, according to the government, empowers the two government to send and receive official, minister and other personnel to learn and share their knowledge, experience and skill for public welfare. So basically, the both government, the Delhi and the Punjab government, will send their official to each other office to learn and share about the system, okay, about their knowledge. Suppose the schools, the government schools in Delhi is a very popular, okay, highly maintained school, well maintained by the Delhi government. So if Punjab government want to know how to run a school, government school, so he can send his official to the government of Delhi office to learn the process. Okay, similar way Delhi government can also send their official. Okay, so this is the overview, but the hidden agenda in this news is, according to BJP and Congress, however, the agreement was to enable Mr. Kejriwal to remote control the administration of Punjab from capital. So both in Delhi and Punjab, both are AAP government, and the head of AAP government is Arvind Kejriwal. So Arvind Kejriwal want to control the Punjab also. So this is the way he can remote control the Punjab government, okay, by sending his official to the Punjab government office. Okay, next news is Center approves Delhi government's request for 1500 electric buses. What is the news? Union government's grand challenge scheme, in which around 3500 buses will be procured by the government of India for allotment to state transport undertaking of 9 mega cities, that is cities that have a population of over 10 lakh in the country, like Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, okay, Bangalore, then the Gurgaon, these mega cities, or even Bhubaneswar. So the Grand Challenge scheme, under Grand Challenge scheme, government will procured means government will buy from where? From any private organization who produced buses, electric buses. So 3500 bus will be procured by government of India for allotment to state, and government will allot the buses in to the state, okay, which state? 9 mega cities, okay. Now the Delhi will be allotted with full quota of 1500 buses. So out of 3500 buses, 1500 buses will be allotted to Delhi itself. So this is the picture of electric bus. Now we should know something about electric bus. How the electric bus runs. An electric bus is a bus that is propelled using electric motor. So the motor is electric, not a internal combustion engine. Internal combustion engine runs by fuel. An electric motor does not run by fuel. Okay, it needs electricity to run. And who provides the electricity? Maybe battery, or maybe overhead wire. We have seen in case of train, the overhead wires. From there, electric energy can produced. Now electric buses can store the needed electricity on board or fed by continuously from an external source. So electricity may be present on board, means suppose battery is a source of electricity. So if battery may be present inside the bus, or the bus can fed from the external sources like the overhead electric wire. Now the majority of buses storing electricity are battery electric bus. Majority is battery electric bus, where the electric motor obtains energy from a onboard battery pack. Although examples of other storage modes do exist, such as gyro bus, which use flywheel energy storage. So this is the main thing, that is gyro bus, which has no onboard chemical battery. Neither it consumes electricity from overhead wires. So gyro bus is such type of bus. So from where gyro bus then gets electricity? So gyro bus is this is also known as flywheel energy storage. Flywheel energy storage. So what is the fund I am telling you? Suppose take an example of two wheel. One is lightweight wheel, iron wheel, and another is heavyweight iron wheel. So you want to rotate both the wheel. You want to rotate both the wheel. Just think, in which case you need more energy to rotate. So you need more energy to rotate the heavy wheel, the heavyweight wheel, and into which wheel you need more energy to stop. That is also the heavy wheel. Okay, so you need more energy to start the rotation of the heavy wheel, and once the rotation start, then you need more energy to stop the wheel. Okay, so what is actually happening when we start giving angular rotation to the wheel, big wheel, heavyweight wheel, the wheel consumes kinetic energy from the rotation. The wheel consumes kinetic energy from the rotation, and after giving the rotation, it is the kinetic energy by which the wheel is rotating. Okay, so in the time of inputting the rotation, the wheel consumes the kinetic energy in its, store the kinetic energy into its, and through by using that kinetic energy, the wheel is rotating, continuously rotating. Okay, continuously rotating, and you need a energy to stop, you need a heavy energy to stop the rotation also. And if in any way we give a frictionless or very low friction in the rotation, then it will continue rotate from long hour. It will continue rotate from long hour, like in this toy. We all know about this toy. If you once give the rotation, it continues rotate, and the rotational energy, it gains the rotational energy from the stored kinetic energy into it. Okay, from the stored kinetic energy into it. So this is the engine, and this is called the flywheel energy. So there is a flywheel mechanism inside the bus. This is the bus, and these wheels are called as flywheel. Okay, this wheel are called as flywheel. So if we provide the energy, rotational energy into this flywheel, it start rotating, and if the bottom of the wheel become frictionless, then it will rotate continuously. Now this is the mechanism. Now we all know that E, then kinetic energy is equal to half into mv square, and for angular rotation the formula is half I omega square, equal to half I omega square, where is I is moment of inertia and omega is the rotational velocity or angular velocity. So I is proportional to the mass and omega is proportional to the velocity. Okay, so if the mass of wheel is more, then the kinetic energy it will store is more, so rotation will also be more. And if the rotational speed is more, means if we provide a high speed rotation, means there is two wheel. Let's take an example. There is two wheel, okay, of same mass. Now we input a angular velocity to the first wheel and double angular velocity to the second wheel. Okay, so when we input double angular velocity, so if we want to rotate the second wheel with a double velocity, then in square the kinetic energy will be 4 times from the first wheel. Okay, so if we bring a heavy weighted wheel and gives it a high velocity, angular velocity, then the kinetic energy will be very high, and through this stored kinetic energy, using this energy, the flywheel or the bus wheel will continuously rotating on a very low friction area. This is the simple thing. Now using the kinetic energy, generator will run. There is a generator inside the bus. The generator will start run, and through generator electric energy will be produced, and through that electric energy the bus will rotate. Okay, this is the formula, overview formula. Now what is chemical battery? We should also know, we learn it in a childhood. Chemical battery is, this is the zinc plate, this is copper plate. Okay, and this is the solution is called this is electrodes. These two are known as electrodes, and the solution is called as electrolyte solution, maybe H2SO4 solution. So when we insert this zinc plate and copper plate and connect it through a wire, maybe copper wire, okay, so what happened? Zinc first start oxidized. Zinc will oxidized and breaks into Zn2 plus and release 2 electron. That electron will moves from through this copper wire and reach to the copper plate. Okay, reach to the copper and reach near the copper plate, not into the copper plate, at reach near the copper plate, and through this copper plate it reaches into the solution, and there is no function of this copper plate. Copper plate will not absorb the electron because copper plate already has a copper 2 plus 2 electron copper. So copper will not absorb, actually copper will not absorb the electron. The electron actually absorbed by this solution, okay, the H2SO4 solution, because the H2SO4 means the H plus and SO4 2 minus solution, H plus and SO4 2 minus solution. So the H plus will absorb the electron fast and become a H, means hydrogen gas and release. So H, hydrogen release. Copper also will absorb electron in this way, but the most electron was absorbed by the H plus ion in the solution and hydrogen gas will be produced. So this is the way, and if we connect a bulb in this area, we will see the bulb will lighted up, and if we place a voltmeter, we can know the difference of volt between the two plate. Okay, so this is the simple chemical battery. So through this chemical battery electric energy can produced and bus can run. Okay, so oxidization and reduction process. Now what about electric buses in India? India's first electric bus was launched in Bengaluru 2014. The first intercity bus service from Mumbai to Pune first intercity bus service electrical was launched in 2019. Okay, intercity. So in 2014 buses will run inside Bengaluru only, and first intercity Mumbai to Pune was 2019. In 2016 Ashok Leyland launched the first 100% India made electric bus. So from when India start producing its own electric bus? From 2016 by Ashok Leyland. The series have been named Circuit and it can carry 35 to 65% at a time. Okay, so the series of production of Ashok Leyland is called as Circuit and it can carry 35 to 65% at a time. Okay. Next topic is Punjab sees increase in private wheat purchase. Okay. Procurement continues in the key grain producing state of Punjab. The private purchase in the ongoing season has been significantly higher than last year. So private companies purchasing, private food processing company or private food exporting company is procuring or buying wheat from the farmer, and the rate of buy is higher than the last year. Okay, so procurement is increasing. Agriculture officials, farmers and traders say that expectation of a rise in the export of wheat and fetching a better price following the worldwide shortage of the grain on account of the Russia-Ukraine war has been a key reason behind the rise in the purchase of private traders. So due to Russia-Ukraine war, there is a shortage of food grain in many countries. Okay, so India start exporting their excess food grain mainly wheat. Okay, so the procurement of wheat through the private organization increased from the last year. So what is the benefit if procurement done by private and procurement done by government? Procurement done by government will be at minimum support price, while procurement done by private is greater than minimum support price. Okay. Now state-wise procurement estimate of wheat during Rabi marketing season 2021-22 is now government procurement list. Punjab 130 lakh metric ton wheat government procured in the last year 2021-22 from Punjab itself to 130 lakh metric ton. So highest, Punjab is top. then Madhya Pradesh, Haryana. Okay, total is 427.363 lakh metric ton wheat was procured last year. This is the news. Next is a separate topic. The other side of hybrid work. Deloitte study on what it means for women. What is this? Hybrid work. The other side of hybrid work. Hybrid work means means work from home and work on site. Mixes of both is hybrid work. Means some manpower are involved in work on site and some employee are working from home. That is known as hybrid work. Or all the employees are working 2-3 days of a week in office and rest of the days in house. That is also known as hybrid work. Okay. Now hybrid model is widely perceived as the future of work. So everybody is perceiving hybrid model because you can stay at home or you can go to office as per your wish. Okay. So it's a future of work, particularly because it gives employee the best of both worlds, working out of home and office. But the reality is, however, a new survey notes that it may not be all that it is cracked up to be, particularly for women. But for women, it is not suitable. What? Working from home is not suitable. Why? Women professionals face widespread burnout and do not get enjoy the fruits of flexible work. Women at the Work 2020. A global outlook. It is a magazine. A global outlook by Deloitte research show that 56% of women experience stress levels higher than they had a year ago and almost half feel burnt out. Oh my god, 56% women experience stress level higher than they had a year ago. Now, more than 40% of women actively looking for a new employer. Okay. More than half of those surveyed want to leave their employer in the next 2 years. Now, the study conducted between November 2021 and February 2022 surveyed 5,000 women in 10 countries, including 500 in India, and sector to understand the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on women's personal and professional lives. The new normal of work has been a challenge as almost 61% of women working in the hybrid model report that they have felt excluded. So women are not happy with this flexible work environment. So what they want, I don't know. Maybe they want to go out to office and work because they felt excluded. Means they felt they are excluded from the team. The hybrid workplace model combines remote workers. Remote means work from home with on-site workers, with some or all employees having the flexibility to choose whether and when they work in office. In office time may be allocated by days or by teams or on an as needed basis. Okay, so this is a kind of work from home. So remote means work from home and in-person means work at office. Mixture is known as hybrid model. So this is the topic. Next is a very heartbreaking sad news, actually not heartbreaking, sad news. India's designation by the USCRIF. By the USCRIF. What is this? In its 2022 annual report, the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom has recommended that India be designated as a country of particular concern. Not expected. Country of particular concern, the category of governments performing most poorly on the religious freedom criteria. So this organization published a report where they are saying that India is a country of particular concern, CPC. Okay, performing most poorly on the religious freedom criteria. Now CPC are countries which either engage in or tolerate particular severe violation of religious freedom. Now a total 15 countries have been recommended for the CPC designation. So freedom of religion is violated in 15 countries according to this United States. This, so the names start from United States, means there is a involvement of United States government also, but that is not true, because the USCRF decision is not binding on the US government. The State Department and its Office of International Freedom takes into account other diplomatic, bilateral and strategic concern before making a decision on CPC designation. So it was authorized by the International Religious Freedom Act 1992. So just move to their report. This is their website, United States Commission on Freedom Religious. This is their annual report. This is download report 2022 annual report, download report. So I am downloading it. If we move to the content, you will see here countries recommended for designation as countries of particular concern CPC. There is the 15 countries: Afghanistan, Burma, China, Eritrea, India, Iran, Nigeria, North Korea, Pakistan, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Vietnam. These are the 15 countries. There is also a map. Here is the map. This is the region of CPC, means the country of particular concern. Okay, there is a name of 15 countries. Okay, now about the report of India, what are they saying about India is here. Look what are they saying. In 2021, religious freedom condition in India significantly worsened. During the year, the Indian government escalated its promotion and enforcement policies, including those promoting a Hindu nationalist agenda that negatively affect Muslim, Christian, Sikhs, Dalits and other religious matter. Okay, so this type of word they are using. 2021, the Indian government repressed critical voices, especially religious minorities and those reporting on and advocating for them through harassment, investigation, detention, prosecution, okay, as the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and also the Sedition Law. This is the word they have used. They have also said government action including the continued enforcement of anti-conversion law. Conversion means from this religion to other religion, converted, against non-Hindus has created a culture of impunity for nationwide campaigns of threat and violence by mobs and vigilant groups including against Muslim Christians. Okay, so this type of language they have used for India. So this is the related news. Move to next news. SC2 had to petition on sedition law. Now sedition law, we know about sedition law. SC2 had to petition on sedition law today. The Supreme Court has listed for Wednesday 2 petitions challenging the constitutionality of sedition law. So on Wednesday, means today, Supreme Court will listen constitutional challenge against the sedition law. Now what is sedition law and what about the challenge we will see. So sedition law is include in the section 124A Indian Penal Code. It defines sedition as an offense committed when any person by words either spoken or written or by signs or by visible representation or otherwise brings or attempts to bring into hatred or contempt or excites or attempt to excite disaffection towards the government established by law in India. Okay, so disaffection towards the government. Disaffection include disloyalty and all feelings of enmity. However, comments without exciting or attempting to excite hatred, contempt or disaffection will not constitute an offense under this section. Now, what are the punishment? It is a non-bailable offense. Means grant bail is a very difficult, will be very difficult, not impossible, very difficult. Bail also can be granted in a non-bailable offense, but on the wish of the judicial magistrate. Punishment under section 124A from imprisonment up to 3 years to a lifetime, to which fine may be added. A person charged under this law is barred from a government job. They have to leave without their passport and must produce themselves in the court at all time as and when required. This is the sedition law. So petition has dropped in the Supreme Court challenging this sedition law, and Supreme Court today will listen. Okay, move to the next topic. Central government Netflix launch partnership with 2-minute film. Okay, central government launch a partnership with Netflix. Okay, so the union government and Netflix kicked off a partnership with the release of 2-minute film on 7 women changemaker. So there will be a film will be telecast on Netflix by central government, and the film was all about the 7 women changemakers, titled Azadi Ka Amrit Kahaniya on Tuesday. They announced the production of more such short film serials on the freedom struggle to celebrate 75 years of independence. Now, who are the 7 women? First is Poonam Nutiyal. She is Poonam Nutiyal, a healthcare worker who walked miles across Bageshwar district in Uttarakhand to vaccinate everyone. Very good. Then Dr. Tessie Thomas, the missile woman of India, the first woman scientist to head a missile project in India. Well achieved. Then Tanvi Jagadish, India's first competitive woman stand-up paddle boarder. Next, Arohi Pandit, the world's youngest and first woman pilot to cross the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean solo in a light spot aircraft. Okay, kudos to you. Then Bashanti Devi, an environmentalist. Okay, Bashanti Devi, Padma Shri, received Padma Shri in 2022. Social work, Uttarakhand, inspiring women environmentalist from Pitrogar, known for her contribution towards the revitalizing the Kosi River. Okay. Then Onshu Jamsenpa, first woman to summit Mount Everest twice in 5 days. Summit Mount Everest twice in 5 days. This woman, just unbelievable. Then Harshini Kanekar, India's first woman firefighter. Okay, these 7 were present during the event. Now the background stories will be narrated by actor Nina Gupta and produced by Netflix. Would be shared on social media and broadcast on Doordarshan. The initiative aims to bring out inspiring stories of Indian, and those stories shall motivate, empower more people to achieve their goal, government saying. Okay. Now, another sad news is Elvira Brito passes away. So, who is Elvira Brito? She is Elvira Brito. Celebrated women's hockey player and administrator Elvira Brito passed away here on Tuesday. She was 81, an outstanding player and champion of women hockey. Elvira was the captain of Indian and then Mysore teams. She led Mysore state to the senior national title for 8 consecutive years from 1960 to 1967. Elvira, alongside her sister Rita and May formed a formidable trio for the state and Indian teams. She received Arjun Award in 1965. Okay, after playing career, Elvira was the government nominee in the National Selection Committee for over a decade. She also served as the president of Karnataka State Women Hockey Association for 2 terms. So these are the related topic of today's discussion. If you have any opinion, please text me or call me in this number. Okay friend, if you like my video, please subscribe, like. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you.